Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Star Citizen. So, thank you so much for joining me for another day at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. This is day 6. So, day 6 is exclusive to Origin Jumpworks. Now, speaking of exclusive stuff, check out this exclusive ship. This is the 890 Jump. This is Origin's flagship, so this is the largest flyable ship currently in game. Now, there are two other larger ships than this, but those ships aren't flyable. So this is the 890 Jump. This is, I think, the perfect solo ship, guys. This is the perfect ship to buy and just fly around solo. I'm kidding, guys. All jokes aside, check out this unbelievably huge landing skid. This is crazy, isn't it? I mean, it looks like this is a part of the show floor, but it isn't. It isn't. This is crazy. Look at all this contraption up here. This is the landing gear, or the landing skids, I should say. So yeah, the 890 Jump is a luxury vessel. It is pretty much a spaceship designed to replicate a yacht. It is designed to replicate a giant yacht. And I think it will be buoyant, meaning that it will be actually float in water. When eventually water is added into the game, this thing will be able to act like a boat and then fly off into space as well. So 890 Jump, really what it does is that it's designed to, move around VIPs. It is, essentially allow the owner to move people from point A to point B, or through a tour in luxury. It basically allows you to move important people, rich people in the game. They'll pretty much pay you to move them from point A to point B, and host parties and stuff like this on this ship. Or if you're super rich, you can buy one and just enjoy yourself. Constantly live 24/7 inside a party yacht. So yeah, as I said, this is the largest ship in game at the moment. The largest ship that you can fly as a player in game. A really, really nicely modeled ship, I might add. Really, really highly detailed, really nicely designed interior. It's got like 3 or 4 different floors, different stories. Like, it's got like 4 or 5 different elevators. Really, really nice ship. But it's very expensive. Very, very expensive. And honestly, that kind of a gameplay has never appealed to me, so I don't own one. I don't like to transport people. I don't like to, fly a tourist ship. I don't like to move VIP passengers from point A to point B. So that kind of gameplay has never appealed to me, so I've never been interested in owning an 890 Jump, but I can see this being like an end goal for people. Like, I'm gonna work hard, I'm gonna, like, in the game, like, I'm gonna do mining, do this and that, and then save up, and I might get one of these for, just play, inside the game. Get one of these and just, live the life of luxury. So, 890 Jump, when it came, when the Origin Day 6 started, so, the exclusive ships, the whole limited ships, come out exactly on the dot when the day starts, right? And there's only a limited number on sale for Warbond and for in-store credit. I kid you not, guys, I timed it. It took 3 minutes. 3 minutes from the website, from the CIG, from the Robert Space Industries website, refreshing for day 6, and these things being sold out. So they came online, and it took 3 minutes. Exactly, I timed it. For you guys. It took 3 minutes for the 890 Jump to be sold out, both in Warbond and in-store credit. This thing costs $850, I believe. And it was sold out in minutes. Literally minutes. So if you want to buy one, make sure you have a couple of, friends to play with. Make sure you're interested in the kind of gameplay. But again, I guess most people buy this just to say, look, I have an 890 Jump. and maybe they just use this as their base, which is understandable. It's really understandable. But yeah, they get sold out real quick. Now, hull limited ships are sold 3 times during that whole day. So I believe it is every 8 hours. So when the day starts, they get sold, and I think it's a very small number. It's the same with the other hull limited ships. I think it's like 15 ships for War Bond, and then 15 ships for in-store credit. So very, very limited number of ships go on sale, and they go on sale every 8 hours. So if you want to pick one up, you have to be really, really ready. Really ready. So 890 Jump, it's really very, very special ship, but it's very difficult to recommend to anyone. But yeah, moving on. This is the Origin 600i. So this is the little brother of the 890 Jump. So this is a more toned down luxury ship. This is a more toned down, Origin ship. The 600i is probably one of the worst designed ships in this game. Like, I'm not saying that because everybody else is saying that. I actually have a review of the 600i Explorer coming out soon, and you guys will see there's a lot of wasted space in this thing. Unlike the 890 Jump, the 890 Jump is really nicely designed. Really thoughtful design went into 890 Jump, but the 600i, it's lacking. You can see there's a lot of wasted space. For example, there's a pool table. Guys, I'm not kidding. There's literally a pool table right at the end that pretty much takes up an entire room. I mean, what the hell? I've never played pool. I'm not interested in playing pool. So why do I have to lose a whole room just for a freaking pool table? And it's expensive. The 600i is pretty expensive. It's like $450, something like that. $400 something. So definitely don't go for the 600i or even the 600i Explorer, because there's an exploration variant as well. Either go for the 890 Jump if you're into that whole kind of a luxury yacht, or if you're interested in exploration, go for the Carrack. So either go big or go home in this case, guys. Either go big or go home. Don't waste your $400 on the 600i or the 600i Explorer. There's another option for exploration, luxury exploration, and that is another Origin ship that we will be looking at, and that is the 400i. So if you want a 600i Explorer, I recommend either going for the Carrack if you have the money, or downsize to a 400i, which is a much, much better ship than the 600i. So yeah, here is the 600i and the 400i, and now we shall go ahead and look at the other ships that Origin has to offer. Believe it or not, Origin makes smaller ships as well. Smaller ships as well. So here is a Origin small ship over there. That, I believe, is the 100i. Yes, this is the 100i, but which 100i? It's the 125A. So this is the combat version of the 100i. So the 100i was supposed to be the affordable luxury starter ship. So 325A, the one just bigger than that, is a pretty good combat ship. I used to own one. In fact, it was one of my first ships that I bought in Star Citizen. I bought a Constellation Andromeda, and then I bought a 325A. But this is the 125A. So this thing is supposed to be an affordable, luxury, combat-oriented 100i. I really can't recommend the 100i's, guys. They're okay as a starter ship, but I would go for the Avenger Titan. You guys know my opinions on the Avenger Titan. Go for the Avenger Titan over the 100i's. So again, this is another 100i variant. This is the 135C. This sounds like cargo. The C makes me feel like makes me, think that this thing can carry cargo. Yes, I was correct. This is a cargo carrying variant, and it looks like it can carry 2 SCU of cargo. So, 100i, luxury. It's a luxurious ship. Obviously, it looks good. It looks very nice. But I would go for an Avenger Titan or a Nomad, or even a Cutlass Black, or maybe even a Freelancer. as a starter ship than this. Again, another 100 something. What is this? 100i. So this is the base model of the 100 series of ships. Probably exploration. The I, probably exploration. You can see some antennas here. Yeah, stay away from the 100i's, guys. Unless this is the if you like the looks of the ship, and I understand why, because they look good. But in my opinion, there are much better starter ships out there. Alright guys, welcome to the side haul. And here is the 400i. So I've already done a video on the 400i. I own a 400i. And let me tell you guys, first and foremost, this thing is the best looking ship in game. Hands down, the 400i is the most aesthetically pleasing ship to look at. This is just a beautiful ship. I'm not sure if you guys agree, but this is the most beautiful ship that I've ever seen in Star Citizen. It just looks so good. So in that way, I am biased. So you guys should know that right off the bat. I own this ship. I really like the look of it. I really like the way that it's designed. I like the look of this ship. So I'm kind of biased in that way. But the ship is actually pretty good. It's marketed as a explorer, quote unquote exploration ship. It seems like everything that CIG wants to sell, they just slap an exploration label on top of it, and then, you know, they hope that people will, you know, get attracted to it that way. But there's a lot of different things that you'll need for an exploration ship than just, you know, having a good looks and a cartography room. Now, this thing has a cartography room, but I wouldn't use this for exploration. I wouldn't use this for exploration. I would use this as a daily driver. This is literally a daily driver, guys. This is perfect. This 400i will be my daily driver. I will fly this thing around all day, everywhere. And if I want to go exploring, I'll take the Carrack, not this thing. Because exploration takes, as I said, a lot of different factors into account. You have to, you know, you're out there, you're way out in the in the middle of nowhere. You need a lot more support than this ship. Of course, you can do limited range exploration in this thing, right? So you don't necessarily have to have the Carrack or the Misk Odyssey, you know, to do exploration. You can. There are various different types of exploration. You can explore in your own backyard. You can explore around your own suburb. You can explore around your state, your country, or you can explore the whole world or other planets. So there are different ranges of exploration, and I get that. But this thing, in my opinion, is perfect for a daily driver. This thing is perfect for a daily driver. If you guys want to know more about this ship, I've got a video out on it, and you guys can go ahead and check it out. But this thing, in my opinion, is perfect. Perfect for a daily driver ship. Moving on, because I can talk about this thing literally all day. I love this thing. I love the way how it looks. It's just awesome. It's one of the best designed Origin ships. This and the 890 jump. Forget about the 600i. So, in conclusion, before I forget, do I recommend this ship? Yes. I recommend it as a daily driver. If you're into exploration, if you're into hardcore exploration, probably not. Not, guys, because this will be limited. This will have a limited range. It has a limited fuel capacity. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's much better than the other ships, the same size as ships, but this isn't a Carrack. Just keep that in mind. If you're into hardcore, you know, exploration, like super long range exploration, go for a Carrack or a Misk Odyssey. That'll be coming up shortly. This thing, daily driver, 100% recommend this thing as a daily driver. It's a really nice looking ship as a daily driver. Moving on, here is my old ship, the 325A. I still miss this ship for some reason, guys. I don't know why, but this thing still has a soft spot. I have a soft spot for this thing in my heart for some reason. I miss this ship. I probably will buy one again, the 325A. It's a really nice ship, and I remember 8 years ago when I bought one, I was like, oh yeah, this ship is going to be great because it was supposedly had a computer that would allow you to track 2 targets on your radar and fire missiles at 2 separate different targets, sort of like a track wall scan capability. And I was like, oh, that is so cool. Yeah, like 8 years ago, I had one. I melted it, unfortunately, but I want one. It went through a rework. It looks better, in my opinion. But the whole shape of it, it looks so good, though. It looks really nice. And it's got some nice capability, too, in terms of firepower. So it has a size 4 on the nose, a couple of size 3s, some missiles. A very nice ship. And, of course, it has a bed. Now, beds are really, really important in this game, guys. They might not be important now, but they will be important later. Basically, beds allow you to log off in space. Basically, stay where you are, log out, and leave the game, and then come back into your ship. So beds are very important. That's the 325A. If you're interested in combat, it's a little bit difficult to recommend a luxury combat ship. It's the idea of luxury and combat seem to be the antithesis of each other, right? They're like, what do you call it? They're like the opposites, right? How do you have a luxury combat ship? That's like a little bit of a misnomer, right? Luxury combat ship. It can hold its own in combat, but I think something like the Gladius would be better than this. Something like the Gladius would definitely be better than this, in my opinion. But hey, I'll probably even go for a Drake Buccaneer over this. But again, as I said, this thing has a soft spot in my heart. Yeah, I like this. I like the look of it. It looks pretty sleek. It's mean. It has a bed. The Gladius doesn't have a bed. The Buccaneer doesn't have a bed. But I'm not sure. Here is the 350R. So this gentleman has opened the cockpit. He's climbing in. He's going in for a look. So this is the 350R. This is a racing version of the 325A and the 300 series. So you got the 100 series, you got the 300 series, the 400 series, 600 to 800. So racing version of the 300 series. Really fast ship. A really, really fast ship, but unless you're into racing, I really can't recommend that ship. Moving on. What is this? This is this 300i. So this is the base version of the 300 series of ships. Now the 300i, if I'm not mistaken, is an exploration variant. So this thing has a little bit more range, a little bit more fuel, some more, long range scanning and radar capability. But again, if you're interested in an exploration ship, this isn't it. Really, I'd pick a Nomad over this thing. Honestly, I'd go for a Nomad or a Cutlass Black over this thing. And this is the cargo carrying version, the 315P. Yes, sir. That's the cargo bay, and I think it can hold 2 SCU of cargo. Perhaps 2 SCU of cargo. So if you're looking for a luxury single-seat fighter that has a bed, that has some cargo carrying capacity, this won't be bad, to be honest, guys. This isn't bad. But then again, there are better ships than this, like the Origin, Avenger Titan, or the Consolidated Outland Nomad, or even a Cutlass Black, or a Freelancer for that matter. So that's about it. That's about it for Origin Day. The ships here, recommend the 400i as a daily driver. If you buy a 400i, trust me, you won't regret it. As a daily driver, it's a really nice looking ship, really fast, really sleek, really mean looking, really nicely thought out with a lot of different features inside the ship. The rest of the other fighters and the one racing vehicle here, that's really a personal thing. Can't really recommend it or not recommend it. It's up to you. I bought the 325A because I thought it looks good. And there's still a soft spot in my heart for the 325A, but it's up to you guys. Alright guys, here is the M50, the exclusive racing ship from Origin. So this thing actually does what it says it does. This thing is a really nice, fast-moving, little zippy little ship. This thing is quite fast in a straight line. It's really good at accelerating. It's blisteringly fast. If you're into racing, and there is going to be racing in Star Citizen, ship racing, yeah, this thing is pretty good. I've never owned one, probably never own one because I'm not interested in racing. It's really difficult to fight one. If a pilot knows how to fly this thing, it's very, very difficult to fight one. And yes, a racing ship does have a gun. This is Star Citizen, guys. This is 1,000 years in the future. Pretty much this game is the Wild Wild West, so everything is equipped with a gun. Yeah, this ship, really nice, really fast. This is the OG racer in Star Citizen. Never interested in buying one, but if you guys are interested in racing, it's a pretty good ship. Moving along, yeah, again, M50. Let's go to the display halls. And I think Origin's display hall is a little bit bare. I think there's just a ground vehicle and that's it. Yes, here's the what is this, the G12? Yes, sir, the G12A, the combat version of the Origin luxury ground vehicle. Now, what is a luxury ground combat vehicle? Again, those two words seem to contradict. Luxury combat? I don't know. Maybe they can come up with a technology like that 1,000 years in the future. But yeah, Origin JumpWorks ground vehicle. Perhaps if you have a 400i, you can pair one of these things with a 400i. Then that's it. That is it. And also, just one more thing before we go. There is an Origin bike. I think it's the X1. It's the X1 that the Origin 400i has a special purpose-built bay for the X1. Now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching Origin Day at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. This has been Day 6. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.